Hello, my friends, and welcome to the Off Script Podcast. We are so glad you're here. I know her lower third says Amy Wegman, but
Amy Wegman.
it's not Amy Wegman. We are so excited to have our senior reporter, the Caitlin Knapp.
You always say the.
I know
Caitlin
because
Knapp.
you are that girl, Knapp.
I'm that girl. Nobody else has my name that I know of.
That's true.
The Caitlin Knapp.
We call her KK for short when she acts a little sassy, but she is the
We're gonna
Caitlin
get
Knapp.
KK today.
Yeah. Don't bring out too much KK.
I won't.
Okay. And I'm Shari Armstrong. We're so glad you're here. This is our Off Script video podcast. It airs somewhere. The website, fox4now.com.
Facebook.
Facebook. Thank you very much. So if you're on Facebook, hello. Please comment. Say hello. And then you can watch, did I say the website? In our app.
Yep.
Fox 4.
Yep.
The Fox 4
We're
app.
everywhere.
So, yeah, we're everywhere. And we do neighborhood news best.
Yes.
I just wanted to put that out there.
We have to.
Okay. So anyway, this is a podcast. If you're just joining us for the first time, we take a look at news that we have in the newscast. We talk about some of those stories because we know not all of y'all are watching the newscast. We get it.
Yeah.
People get their news from all different types of places these
Yeah.
days.
Or you're busy. You're coming home.
That's
you know,
right.
picking up the kids.
That's
from
right.
School
You're watching the replay. Yeah. So we try to let you know some of the top stories of the day. We discuss a few of them, and then we have a little fun as well towards the end of the podcast. So.
or in the middle, or in the beginning.
Or sometimes,
Or
yeah.
now.
Sometimes we have fun the whole time.
Yep.
And then our producers look at us like they just shake our head. We also like to say that our producer, Allie and Neha, they're in the building. They produce Fox 4 Morning News for you, and they help to make this happen as well. Actually, it wouldn't happen without them.
No, not
Okay,
at all. We're
right.
just here.
We need to start with talking about what happened at the Planet Fitness in Fort Myers off of 41, not too far from the Edison Mall.
This is such a weird story, but it says Florida. It really says Florida, man.
We have such a brand, and it's just like embarrassing sometimes.
Yeah, but I mean, these are the stories that tend to go nationwide.
I
Not
know.
for the best
I know,
reasons.
I
Like
know.
this video, like it seems pretty seamless. Like
Right.
deputies just
Ex-
thrown through a Planet Fitness.
Right. Okay. So let me tell you what happened here. There was a guy at Planet Fitness over the weekend. It happened on Saturday night. And he just refused to leave the gym. They were like, yo, my guy, like, we're closed. And he was like, I'm not leaving. He ended up, and this is body cam video that you're looking at from the Lee County Sheriff's Office.
The tanning bed wasn't even on.
The peach is what I'm here for. I
If
love
you're going to be hiding in
this
there,
really,
at least
like-
turn it on. Like
this kind of we're kind of painting a picture without telling you what happened.
There's a story.
There's a story. This man undressed, then ran into the ceiling, and that was actually when they found him. They found him in the tanning bed,
Yeah.
naked. But he actually ran into the ceiling of the Planet Fitness and started a fire
in the women's restroom.
in the women's restroom. Yeah, not in the ceiling at Planet Fitness in Fort Myers.
Like, just imagine, I mean, deputies go through so much, and I guess maybe this could have been a moment of levity for them. I don't know if you want to call it a moment of levity,
Yeah.
but, you know, you're just searching through, and just imagine, like, even imagine this place was open. It wasn't open at the time, but imagine it's open, and this was happening, and you're like, man, I just got done with a workout. I'm about to go on vacation soon. You know, it ain't sunny over there. Let me go to a tanning bed, and then you walk into that.
And you see that, yeah. You know, we
Minus the
Anvar.
peach emoji, by the way.
I know.
LCSO put that in
I
there.
know, I know, I
They
do.
probably
like,
have fun doing that too, but they're probably like, oh, we definitely have to put that in there. But yeah, so it's about to play right now. Like, just imagine. I mean,
This is where they found
dog,
him.
but-
This is exactly how they found
like
him.
I said, at least turn it on.
So at least turn it on. It's wild nap.
I'm just saying, like,
So
they're in there for a reason.
right. So he's facing multiple charges to say the least. And what I loved, Anvar did the story. Our
Yeah.
community correspondent, Anvar Ruziev, covered the story, and he talked to a guy, and he was like, the guy was just kind of like, he showed him the video
Yeah, for the first time,
for the first time.
and he was just like, oh,
And he was like,
Whoa.
this is like, you just kind of like expect to go to the gym and you don't expect to like see this, kind of like what you were saying as well. So he's facing a slew of charges right now, but the story doesn't end there,
oh boy.
okay?
Mhm.
Because he's also facing charges for smuggling contraband inside of the jail. Do you know this part of the story?
I don't know.
So I don't want to get too graphic, but it sounds like he tried to smuggle something into the jail while using his body parts to do that.
Oh.
I think if you want the full story, you can go to fox4now.com to get more of a description of what I'm talking about. But they were able to find like a thing inside of his body. And so he faced a charge for that. But if you want more of the details, you can go to our website, fox4now.com.
I feel so bad for these deputies sometimes.
The gym was closed for cleanup. We should say that. But
yes, they cleaned everything.
it's reopened now. So
Like, poor Anvar with these stories, man. He's going through it. This next one I just want to say, it just says attack over dog poop. This should get you right here. Just this headline. Also covered by Anvar.
Right.
He's going through it, man, but he tells these stories so well. Though.
He, at the beginning of the Planet Fitness one, he said something so real. He was like, imagine that it's the end of your shift and, you know, you're ready to go home and you've got that one customer that's just like lingering. So he is so right about that.
I was a server, bartender.
Yeah, you know.
I know.
Yeah, you're like, all right, my guy, thank you for being here, but can you go home?
Yeah,
you know?
cash out.
Yeah, so Anvar does a good job of like making stories relatable. I agree with you 100%. And this next story, did y'all hear about the attack over the dog poop? I remember actually when it came into the Fox 4, the Facebook page. Thank you guys for when you guys messaged this stuff to us because I saw the video and I was like, this looks like some crazy Florida man stuff. And let me just see where it is. I didn't even watch this. I didn't even watch the video. I just sent it immediately to Anvar. And here we are. So do you want to talk about what happened here? The thing about Caitlin, I should say, as a senior reporter, is she's very plugged into the newsroom. So we know a lot of the times we bring in some of the reporters and they're busy covering their stories, but Caitlin is a newsroom leader. So she knows a lot about the story. She kind of, in the same capacity that like Amy or I, like we're here in the newsroom working with the producers, Caitlin has a lot of that intel as well. So are you, I feel like you are familiar with this story.
I'm pretty familiar with this story. So this happened in Bonita Springs. There was some sort of, I'm going to call it a disagreement, I guess you want to say, a verbal disagreement over dog poop in someone's yard.
Yeah.
And this led to let's call it a kerfuffle.
I like that.
This led to a gentleman. He was walking his dog. He forgot a bag to pick up his dog's poop. And that's happened to me before. I'm sure it's happened to you before. And I've been walking my neighborhood. I'm like, I'm going to go get a bag and come back. I totally will always do that because I don't want that happening in my front yard.
Of course.
So we planned to come back, clean it up and stuff. Well, the person who lived there, I guess, wasn't okay with that. And they started to punch each other.
Yeah.
The neighbor, the homeowner was the one, it seems like,
initiated it.
Yeah.
He said, according to the guy that we talked to who was walking his dog, it sounded like the homeowner double punched him. Almost like in the streets they say he jacked him up. You know what I mean? In the streets, this girl from Evangelical Christian School is telling you in the streets. But it's true.
What
streets? Beacon Boulevard in South Fort Myers. Anyway, so they would say like he you know what I mean? Like punched him like that or approached him like that. And then it turned into, like you said, a kerfuffle.
Yeah, it turned into this and all over dog poop, ladies and gentlemen. Dog poop.
Now, I want to say something about this because I feel it I do understand from both sides. There is you're looking out the window, you're doing whatever, and you see there is in our neighborhood, somebody's got like a Rottweiler type thing. And for whatever reason, it loves our mailbox. Okay. And it's a very different kind of poop compared to our little Cavapoose poop. Okay. It's like a human poop.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a T-Rex.
It's a T-Rex. Yes. And like, I didn't even say anything to her. One day I just opened the door because the lady sorry if you're watching, but like she would just let the dog poop there and then keep it pushing. So one day I just nicely opened the door, put my Shari Armstrong smile on, and then she stopped doing it because she knew, like, why am I almost walking into your dog's human-like feces, right? Also, it's rude.
Yeah, it's rude.
On the other side of it, I know what it's like to be walking the dog and being like, dang, I forgot a bag.
Yeah.
You know?
Or like you run out, or it's like your last one, and sometimes they go more than once on a walk.
Exactly.
So I totally get it.
Exactly.
But again, like you said, at the same time, if I'm seeing it, like I'll say something, not to the point where I'm going to fight you.
Right.
That takes it to a whole nother level. Like you should not be putting your hands on anyone.
Exactly.
At that point.
I
mean, should you call police? No, but if that's what it resorts to, calling the non-emergency number, fine, then do that. But don't lay a hand on
taking
somebody.
matters into your own hands where they get physical. I mean, and that was an all-out
dog poop.
You saw the whole video where that other gentleman had to walk in and like try to break them apart, or he did break them apart.
And
remember?
the dog was there too. It's like the dog is probably scared as well.
Yeah.
So it's like you're freaking out the dog too. And for me, that's what matters. I'm like, you're freaking out,
the baby.
Yeah, the baby.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
So yeah, no arrests have been made. We do want to point that out. No charges yet. I mean, I'm not, not sure what it would be a Lee County case. What they're going to do. It kind of just depends on state attorney's office if they want to go through with charges,
Right.
or if both parties don't want to, pursue charges. It's kind of like
that part got
what
my
happens.
attention. Like no charges or no arrests were made yet, and the dog owner was basically saying in Anvar's story that he didn't press charges because he, for whatever reason, would have been arrested as well. So I don't really, I have to unpack that a little more. But he said that was the reason why he did not press charges.
Yeah, I mean, from my experience, covering crime in court, typically it's the person that, initiates the fight
Right.
and everything else. But I mean, I'm not a full-blown expert and not a deputy or anything like that. So, I mean, they could still probably go forward with charges even without the person wanting to pursue the charges, because
Right.
certain charges they don't need the person's cooperation, like
sure.
domestic violence, for
Of course, right, exactly.
So we'll see what happens with this. I mean, he probably won't forget a bag next time, unfortunately. Like,
I mean, that's real. I can't even.
He's probably like, I don't want to deal with this anymore.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't,
real.
I don't want to get into a fight again.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
but mistakes happen. We're human.
I do want to correct one thing. You said you're not an expert and you're not a deputy. You're not some type of crime scene analyst.
No.
But you do know a lot.
I
about
do
these
know
things. She
a
is like our
lot.
newsroom go-to when it comes to a lot of these court cases and stuff like that. So I just, I always take the opportunity to hype you up, and I do
Thank
think
you.
I
And
see
we're going to talk
you.
about that in a little bit too.
Yeah, we are. All right. We do want to let you know there is one way Southwest Florida, the community needs your help. This happens every year because there is a need that is 24/7, 365. And this is the annual Memorial Blood Drive in honor of Officer Adam Jobbers Miller.
Yeah, I actually covered this case not when this happened, but he was shot and killed by someone who has already been convicted, sentenced to life in prison. I actually covered this blood drive probably about 2 years ago or so, and the family's always been so gracious. I've seen Adam's dad, out and about going to the police department. I think even a couple weeks ago, I saw
No way.
I saw the family at the police department because they're still so active in the community. Really, just a gracious family. And this is just, one small way I think that they can memorialize him and remember him, and showing that he's still making a difference in the community, even though he's not physically here anymore.
Yeah, it's hard for me to wrap my head around the fact that this is like year 7. I remember when this was breaking news on Fox 4.
Oh, you were here when this happened.
Yeah,
Wow.
I think it was the night shows, and we remember he was shot. He was responding to a scene in East Fort Myers, and he was shot, and then he did not pass away immediately.
Yeah.
It was about a week, and so every day we were revisiting the scene. We were there live, and it was like the community was. I get chills thinking about it.
Yeah.
The community was frozen in the moment
Yeah.
because you just wanted him to pull through, and the news that he passed was devastating for our community. And so I just have a hard time thinking like, wow, that was already 7 years ago. And then you're right, the trial, Wisner Desmarais.
Yeah, Wisner Desmarais, that happened probably close to 3 years ago. So that took time as well.
That's
Cases
right.
like this.
That's right.
Or many cases, you don't go to trial in like a year or two. It's very rare when you go to trial that quickly. And for this one, it was a little convoluted because he had represented himself, and there were questions of, mental health and
That's
stuff
right.
like that. So there were so many layers
Yeah.
to this investigation.
Yeah, and he ended up getting the death penalty.
No,
he ended up getting life in prison.
He got life in
Excuse
prison.
me.
Yeah,
But that was before the death penalty.
This is before the death penalty law
Changes,
changed.
right.
Yeah. So he got life in prison for the murder of
Yeah.
Jobbers Miller.
Yeah.
So, but again, I mean, this is a way to memorialize him, and he's still helping the community. He's still serving the community, but in a different way.
Well said. Very well said. So it's a blood drive. Started at 8:00 today. Goes to 4:30 at Lee Memorial Hospital. And also you can go to FMPD as well.
Yep. Yeah. And that you can go to FMPD on July 24th from 8 to 4:30. So that's kind of just on the outskirts of downtown Fort Myers, their police department.
Just hearing you talk about, we talked a little bit about Caitlin's knowledge when it comes to the criminal justice system. It is a peek into the passion that you have for
Very cool.
crime and really highlighting cases in our community that are cold, essentially.
Yeah.
And there's such a like fascination. I don't know if you have a fascination with cold cases across the
true
country,
crime,
like true
all that.
crime. Yeah, man.
Those podcasts are so popular
I
right now.
love
so
those
popular.
podcasts. I love true crime, like on Netflix and places like that.
Mm-hmm.
But we are so like proud of the fact that Caitlin has her own series here on Fox 4 that is award winning.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
I like to
There
say
we go.
that.
Thank
But
you.
don't worry, she says it's not about her, it's
No.
about the cases,
Nope,
and we love
about
that
the
so much.
justice.
But getting an award for it is also a testament, Caitlin, to the work that you and our photographer Andy Cunningham have done in telling these stories.
Thank you.
One of the cold cases, and Caitlin covers them like throughout Southwest Florida, but one of the cold cases was actually cracked recently
Yeah,
here in Fort Myers. So can you talk a little bit about that? Fancy, as we show you her fancy open.
Yeah. So I actually, one of my sources reached out to me and said that they made an arrest in a cold case. So I kind of, sitting on it for a little bit, got to wait till everything's confirmed, said and done. So this case was from October 6, 2016. It was at the Cypress Courts Apartments. It's just outside of Tice. It's off of Veronica Shoemaker, kind
Okay.
of tucked away a little bit.
Okay.
And a 22-year-old was shot and killed going up the stairs to an apartment. For a while, this sat cold. They were looking for a vehicle, but these cases just take time. There were no witnesses to the shooting. Witnesses in general, yeah, but not to the shooting. So that makes it so tough. And then also these cold case detectives are having to essentially piece the puzzle together backwards. It's kind of like flipping the pieces upside down and trying to make everything fit. So that's what these guys are doing. So in this case, I mean, they spent, 8 years at that point trying to put it together. And just over the weekend, they arrested Joseph Carroza for second-degree murder. This guy right here. He has a pretty long criminal history. He was recently arrested this year for a drug charge. So he is familiar with law enforcement. The state attorney's office would not confirm the name of the victim, Marcy's Law, but through Southwest Florida Crime Stoppers, they did feature a 22-year-old Geraldo Olvera. This was on October 6, 2016 at the same apartment complex.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
so I am being told that this is the victim in this case. So it's been a long time coming for them. He's going to be in court today as well. He has a pre-trial detention hearing, which essentially means, are they going to stay in jail, with or without bail? That's, layman's terms. That's what this means.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been a long time coming. And these cases, some just take longer than others.
That's what I was just going to ask you about.
Some may not ever get justice, but others it's going to take years, or they have the person in mind. They know who the suspect is, but they need that one little piece of evidence. And that's where the community comes in, and Southwest Florida Crime Stoppers. That's where it comes in. Right here.
Yeah, so that number is 1-800-780-TIPS.
Yep. 1-800-780-TIPS. They're great over at Southwest Florida Crime Stoppers. Trish Rout, the Crime Stoppers manager, she's amazing. She talks to the victims' families, stays in contact with them even years
Oh my gosh.
down the line.
Oh my gosh. How many times have a press release comes out about a cold case and, you reach out to Trish at Crime Stoppers and she's like, oh yeah, I can connect you with the mom. I just got off the phone
and
with...
she knows the case off the top of her
100%.
head. Like,
Yep.
she is just a plethora of knowledge. And we joke in the newsroom, when in doubt,
Call Trish Rout.
call Trish Rout.
Yeah.
And she's always coming through for us, just giving us a little bit of help and contacting the victim's family, because that's who is affected by this. I mean, some family members die before they get justice.
That's right.
And that's probably one of the most heartbreaking things.
Yeah,
So
that's
a
right.
case like this, even though, innocent until proven guilty,
Of course,
absolutely
of course.
understand. But I think it is a little piece of closure, especially in this case. So we'll kind of see what happens. I mean, got to go through, the justice system at this point.
Yeah, yeah. And it's also a reminder, like, when you mentioned the community and the importance of the community participating in these cases. Trish always talks about, like, witnesses, people like, we always say, if you see something, say something.
Yeah.
But those little, like, I saw a blue car, I saw that little thing could be the piece that detectives need in order to solve a case. So when we throw up those numbers and we ask for you to reach out, I mean, you never know how that information could help to close one of these cases.
Yeah, in Crime Stoppers, it's anonymous. And I think a lot of people, and I've heard this from Trish and other detectives before, that some are scared to come forward
Yeah.
because of either retaliation
Yeah.
or they don't want to get involved.
Yeah.
And, within reason, I totally get it, depending on the circumstances of the case. But that's why Crime Stoppers is anonymous. They don't have an IP address for you. They literally have nothing. Nothing to be able to track you unless you give out your information.
Right.
So it's I think for me, if I saw something and knowing what I did led to an arrest, I think that's so rewarding because you did the right thing.
You're making me think of all the times I spoke to like a mom, and this is for both of us, a mom, a loved one. You just did the Barry Schmalbach case.
Yeah.
The loved ones who, like, it's easy for us to say, hey, this cold case was cracked, and shout out to the detectives, and all of that is important and matters. But it is the families who carry this like feeling of unknowing, possibly maybe it was this person for years.
Yeah, and almost the
interviewing
rest of
those
their
people.
lives too,
Yes.
because for Schmalbach's case is a little bit different, but for someone who someone was convicted of murder, they the person's body was found, all these other things, but you still lost that loved one by the hands of another person.
That's
in
right.
Sometimes it's a brutal way.
Yeah,
murder,
that's
brutal
right.
way.
That's right.
So it's not something you ever get over, and I would never wish that on my worst enemy to have to go through something like that.
Same. But we appreciate your coverage of these stories because it is interesting. I think since you've been covering these stories, it's brought the awareness, like even to the newsroom, to myself, of how many cold cases exist just in Southwest Florida. We were talking about those podcasts, and it's so fascinating to hear about it in whatever state, but like right here.
There's so many. Like I have multiple in the pipeline right now with different agencies, not all the same agency.
You're talking about Collier, Charlotte, Lee.
Yeah, like Fort Myers Police, Cape Coral is the next one that I'm working on right now. I already did an interview with Chief Sizemore. So there are so many telling. Some agencies don't have cold cases, and it could be because they solved them, or because maybe the area is smaller and they don't have that type of crime. But there's never not going to be a cold case.
Whew.
Yeah. It's
what it is.
It is what it is,
Yeah.
and that's just the way the world is. But that's why we have these detectives who are amazing at what they do. Absolutely amazing. But that's why the community is also always going to be needed, because they can't be everywhere. Officers, deputies, they can't be everywhere.
Yeah.
Because, like, how many times are you down the road and someone's speeding, or acting like a jerk on the road, and you're like, oh, I wish a cop was here.
Yes.
They can't be
Yes.
everywhere. But that's
Yes.
why it's up to us as well. And you got phones for a reason, too.
Yep, that's real.
So,
All right, let's go from Fort Myers to good morning to those of you in Cape Coral. It sounds like some of the people in the Cape who don't actually live in this particular neighborhood that we're talking about are having a good time partying on the weekends.
yeah, for only 2 days, and it's supposed to be 7 apparently, according to the city. So we're calling them out. So Bella Line has been covering this story. She's been in Cape Coral for 2 years now. She is the Cape Coral community correspondent.
That's
Bella
right.
Line.
That's right.
People know her. She goes anywhere in Cape Coral. She's recognized
And you know what? She's
as
earned
the Cape Coral reporter.
I love that. She's earned that. She plugs herself directly into the community. She even hangs out in the community all the time. Like, she's owned and earned that title.
Yeah, you're looking for a Cape Coral community correspondent.
Bella.line at fox4now.com.
Look no further, man.
That's right.
So a Cape Coral Airbnb host was fined $30,000 for repeated ordinance violations, and Bella's been following this story for a while. So neighbors were reporting constant loud parties, overcrowding, just short.
These are the pictures.
That's insane. And
These are the pictures.
and short stays too. But the
Right.
city requires a 7-day minimum stay when you have a vacation rental. I mean, that's that seems
Reasonable.
reasonable,
Yeah.
totally reasonable. Well, this person apparently only does about 2 night bookings.
And
give or take.
and we're
that-
talking about 3 houses owned by the same person, correct?
in Cape Coral, yeah. And different neighbors have reached out to Bella after seeing this single story for this Airbnb,
Right.
because she's only covered this one, and then everyone else is like, oh, well, I have a
Actually-
Airbnb next to me that's kind of the same thing. She found out it was the same owner.
Wow.
Bella's tried to reach out to this owner. I've tried to do some digging. We found a phone number, and she got a phone number also from a neighbor of the property manager. It was a guy. Woman answered. She said who she was, and they hung up on her.
Of course.
This person apparently has 60 plus properties.
Oh,
they're based out of
wow.
Miami.
So the reality of it is this is probably not the end of these calls that Bella's getting. And
No.
and just so we're clear, it sounds like in this particular neighborhood, the people that live in this community that Bella talked to, they're like, listen, we understand rental properties. Some of us own rental properties.
Yeah.
We get it. And
Yeah.
Airbnb and all that stuff.
You're partying, whatever it is. I mean, typically you're not supposed to have parties in Airbnbs,
Right.
what have you,
Right.
but
we know what it is.
we know what it is.
But we also know that this particular couple that Bella was talking to was like, listen, this is supposed to be like, people are probably hanging out thinking like, oh, it's just a weekend, we're turning up. But this is happening every single weekend in their community,
Yeah.
disrupting their peace in their neighborhood.
Yep. And I mean, and then look what it's gone to
Yeah.
now. It's $30,000+ fines at this point. It'll probably go up,
Right.
most likely, because this has to do with code enforcement now and the special magistrate. So a lot of governmental things happening at this point. But I know Airbnb also responded to Bella saying, they're supposed to be in the guidelines of what, the city ordinances are. But also at one point, does Airbnb say, hey, you're not following the guidelines? When do they step in to say, hey, you can't rent this out anymore? I mean, what line does the company draw?
And we know this has been like an ongoing problem for a number of neighborhoods throughout the community.
Yeah.
What did people say? Like, what was I going to ask you? Bella said something about in her package. Oh man, I lost my train of thought. But it was something about she was able to book 2 days for
Yes.
one of the rental properties.
And you're not supposed to. It's supposed
you're
to be
not supposed
7.
to.
It's supposed to be 7 minimum, and she was able to book 2.
So that's another big question mark here.
Yeah. So it's like, why, can Airbnb maybe do like a filter on there saying you can't book any more than that?
Yeah.
Or you have to book more than 2 days. I don't know. I don't know how all that works, but like I said, at what point does Airbnb need to step in? And other Airbnb owners are calling for stricter enforcement without punishing rule followers, because then it sets a bad precedent for the other people that are following
That's
the
right.
rules. And
That's right.
there's an advisory group now that one of the city council members has started to regulate short-term rentals. We've been talking about this for a while. Bella really kickstarted this issue because of people reaching out to her
Wow.
about what's happening.
Wow.
So Bella's trying to make some change. This council member is doing this advisory group, and I mean, at one point, does it go up the ladder?
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
because I mean, if somebody's not paying a fine, what do you do?
Then what? And
if
then
they're
what?
based- and they're based in Miami. What do you do? Do you try to garnish wages? I mean, I don't know. That's just first thing that comes to my mind. But it's like if someone's not paying a credit card bill,
Then what? What? I mean, there
what do you
are
do? How do
repercussions for that.
you go after that person?
Exactly.
Especially because if they're based in Miami, then you have jurisdictional lines and
course.
stuff like that. But it's taking place in Lee County, so a lot of moving pieces to this. But I have a feeling this will hopefully get solved. But we'll see. She's gonna keep covering it though. That's for sure, because she is the
Bella line.
Bella Line.
Should we just like go ahead and say, hey, person who owns these homes, Bella Line is trying to reach out to you.
Yeah, 'cause
maybe you hung
there are-
up on accident.
You never know.
Maybe the cell phone call dropped or something.
Something like that. I mean, there's two sides to every story.
That's right.
I absolutely understand.
And
that.
in all
So, I
seriousness,
mean, like,
we want your side of the story
yeah,
out there.
Yeah, come on now.
Yeah.
Like, reach out and, if you are doing something wrong, admit you're doing something wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, you're still going to have to pay the fines probably. But, just reach out.
That's right.
Be transparent.
That's right. That's
So-
right.
So we'll see what happens there.
Ooh, but we are waiting to see what happens
Shari
here.
has been waiting to talk about this, I feel like, since this happened. And there's no way that you don't know about this story, because it has been all over my social media. I'm surprised you haven't talked about it with me yet.
I
You were
know.
waiting for this moment, weren't you?
I've been waiting for this moment to talk to everybody in
Ooh.
this room about this and
Mm.
our friends on Facebook and wherever else you were watching. Man, I couldn't believe I wasn't at work when this happened. We are talking about the Coldplay,
Oh
concert.
my gosh.
okay?
Oh,
Um,
I got feelings, but I'll let you go first.
I have a lot of feelings. I don't need to explain the story to you because I was on TikTok yesterday and someone mentioned this as national news, and the people in the comments were like, I'm from Morocco. I'm from Iraq.
People
I'm from
know.
England. And we were talking about this at dinner. My grandmother was talking about this. This is like international news. You guys know the couple that was posted up having a little tender moment at the Coldplay concert. Ooh, turns out at least one of them is confirmed as married.
The other girl in the corner just going like this, how embarrassed she is. Too.
Yeah, she turned like bright red.
Mm-hmm.
She turned like bright red.
That wasn't the camera.
Period.
It was bright red.
Now, this is what I wanted to say about this for a
Okay,
long time.
your feelings.
All right. if those two,
This is sassy Shari coming
okay,
out.
yeah, for sure. Because if those two, I'm gonna be on their side for a second.
Oh.
If they had never reacted like that, this would have never blown up like that.
You're kind of taking the words out of my mouth right now because I'm like, that doesn't tell me you feel bad. That tells me you're mad because you got caught.
Cameras are rolling. I'm about to
Yeah.
lose my job.
Then you're kind of like,
Stuff's about to hit the fan.
yeah, and you're like chuckling a little bit. You're like, haha, oh my gosh. No, you got caught. But you got to think about the other side of things too, because I know men and women have both been there
Yeah.
before.
Yeah.
Now you have a husband and wife on the opposite end
Yeah.
that saw this, that's now dealing with the emotions of it, and then seeing this reaction. I would be sad, pissed, like all the things.
I would be sharing it.
You would?
Oh, 100%. I would be sharing it. I'd be on the Today Show talking
You wouldn't
about
have to
it.
share it. Other people were already doing that too.
I would be like helping to push this through the algorithm because not you embarrassing me and then me taking the
Yeah.
L. You're going to help to push my career forward.
Shari's like, hold my beer.
I'm
Let
like,
me do this.
I'm like, oh, Jenna Bush Hager wants to interview me on the Today Show. I'm in for it. I'm going to ride this wave.
Girl, I would be like, Ellen. If Ellen was back.
Come out of retirement and
Yeah, come
interview
on,
me.
Ellen. But we didn't mention this part. It was the CEO and the head of HR.
T.
That just makes it so much worse.
The people's advocate.
Mhm. Yep. The CEO resigned.
I just want to know. I wish I was there. I wish I was there in the office when this
Oh my
story came down,
gosh.
or the next day. I would love to have known what people. I feel like there were so many people that were like,
hold your tongue.
"Oh no."
You
I would have been the
not
first one to be like, I knew it. Neha and I were in the parking lot taking pictures last week at 6 o'clock. 100%. I would have been like, I knew it.
You would let everyone know how you felt.
Because bottom line is, really, like the cheating thing, I just can't get down with.
No.
And I feel like, listen, what goes around comes around. And if,
Absolutely.
I did say in the newsroom earlier, we don't know the situation. Maybe they were, having problems
Yeah,
or to
restrained,
separate or
whatever it is.
exactly.
Yeah.
And then it's very possible that they didn't know and they just popped up on the kiss cam. But I do have to say something about the kiss cam. Two things. One, I do love all the memes that have come out of this.
And then Coldplay.
And I feel bad
also.
for the families.
Yeah.
And yes, in Coldplay.
Now they're warning people.
Yes, I also love the Phillies kiss cam and how it's become
was
for a moment in time,
Yes.
we are all united in this situation.
Yeah, because it's like, what are the chances you're on the kiss cam? Like
know.
one in how many people? But you still have that chance.
Yeah. Yeah.
They took that chance.
Did you see where people were coming for the girl who recorded it?
No.
Yeah, they were like, why would you post that? And da-da-da-da-da. And she said she has no regrets about posting the video. And I'm going to stick beside it. I agree with her.
I mean, the average Joe would have no idea that this person was a CEO for, an
Yeah.
astronomy company and
Yeah.
head of HR for
Astronomer.
an astronomer. Like,
Yeah.
there's no, how would you know? If I'm at a concert, I'm there for Coldplay.
Yeah.
I know about Coldplay. I don't know who this couple is.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then you see that, it's like, yeah, but if that wasn't posted by her, I bet you somebody else would have posted it.
100%.
Like if I saw it, I'm posting it.
There are at least like 3 good angles of this whole thing. Someone else was going to post it, especially because Coldplay, that the singer was his name, Chris. He was like, either they're what did he say, guys? Like either they're having an affair or they're really shy. Like he also was like, what's happening? That
Yeah.
also raises that many more red flags.
That did not give shy.
No, I
just
am
wanna throw
curious
that
to
out
hear
there.
about. No, I want to know what our Gen Zers think about this real quick. They are our producers, and I'm curious. Neha pointed at Allie. Why do I have to go first? Oh, here comes Neha. Do you want to talk to Neha?
Yeah.
I'm so glad it got posted. And I agree with Shari. I feel united as the planet Earth. And this is like the best thing that's ever come out of 2025.
Was this on the bingo card?
No. And now I know what this company is, so.
That is so true.
It's real. That guy from Astronomer. And here's the thing about this stuff. It's hard to, people are putting out statements, and it's hard to see, like, what's real and what's not real. Now, I'm waiting till I see this from a source. But
With
there is this
AI.
thing floating around, that says, according to this, I can't believe I'm sourcing a fake AI. But there's this little thing that's going around, right, that's saying, like, the new CEO of Astronomer, I do think I saw this on NBC News actually a couple hours ago, was saying, like, they didn't expect Astronomer to become a household name in this way, right? Like, nobody predicts that that's going to happen. However, in my opinion, like Neha said, at least we know what astronomer is, because I was like, oh, is this guy like gone to space before? You
If
know?
they got stocks, I don't think anyone's buying at this point. man.
We should look into what their
Like-
stock is right now.
Yeah, because what's the name of the company again?
Okay. Astronomer.
It's just astronomer.
Astronomer. Yeah. It's just astronomer.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. It's an AI tech company.
I mean, AI is a good company to go into right now, but I don't know how much longer that company is gonna
I know.
go on
I
to
know.
last. Besides, the algorithm that we're seeing on
Right,
social
right.
media.
I
and
would
all
ride
that.
this wave if I was a CEO at Astronomer right now. I would still be pushing out like our content, look
If
at
they
what
have
we're
a
doing.
CEO right now because he resigned.
I think they have like an interim CEO right now.
I mean, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just don't. I mean, the couple booed, whatever, but I'm still just flabbergasted at the look on their face.
What do you think? Oh, we forgot to ask Allie. I'm sorry, Allie. What are your thoughts?
I just don't understand why they didn't act normal. Why did they freak out when the camera panned to them? No one would have ever thought anything different if they wouldn't have panicked. Also, I feel really bad for both of their spouses.
Yeah,
to find
for
out
sure.
This way,
Yeah, for
and
sure.
now everyone in the world is
world.
talking about it.
Right.
There's nowhere for them to. I don't know how else to say this, but like hide.
Yeah.
Because everybody knows.
Yeah. When they ducked down to hide, it was too late at that point. It was too late.
Like, fake it till you make it.
Period.
you
I agree with
know?
that.
Like, I mean,
I do think there was the shock of it. Like, we're doing this
Yeah.
wrong thing, and then you pop up on the screen. There's a natural reaction to be like, oh, cuss word.
yeah. And then the guy just makes it obvious because he ducks down. He just like dropped real quick.
The duck is
Like,
crazy. That's
But
when we
like,
knew.
like I said, the spouses are the ones most affected.
Yeah.
By this. I feel so bad.
I posted
them.
a meme from Tampa
Oh.
International Airport, but I did before.
Oh my gosh! I
Tampa-
saw this.
They said they had flights to the next Coldplay concerts in Nashville and like a couple other cities. And I thought, this is an opportunity. If you're going to bank on the marketing, this is now. But I did post it and say, like, I really do feel awful for their partners because, that's tragic. And the whole world's talking about it. You cannot even go outside to
and
check
if
the
there
mail.
are kids involved too.
Absolutely.
It's just such a domino effect.
Are those
here.
videos verified on TikTok of some of like a kid like that's like the day after my dad got cut? The daughter. Thank you.
Oh gosh, how old was the daughter? Like
She
in
looked
her,
like a teenager.
teens? Okay,
Yeah.
so like fully aware of what happened.
Making light of it and also riding the wave. 1.2 million when I looked at that video.
Golly. But then again, this goes to the domino effect. Like if she goes to school and then people are talking to her about it too, like
Yeah.
the teenage,
Yeah.
it's just, making such, I'm just going to be blunt, a stupid decision.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really stupid
Yeah.
decision to do that.
I was thinking of all
let's
the
be
things
faithful, y'all.
Yeah, period.
I'm just
That's how
saying.
we should leave it because I was thinking of all the things I would have said to the daughter and I think we should just leave it at what you would have said.
Be faithful.
Yeah.
Be,
Yeah.
be loyal. Make good choices.
Yeah.
I say that to some of the reporters when they leave them, like, make good choices.
That's the bottom line
Yeah,
for sure.
exactly.
It was just a stupid
Just
decision.
be a good person. I feel like maybe ending off script with like quotes or something like that.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay. Just don't think I'm not because I'm out getting hot when you're out in the club. Feels like right by Candy.
Shari Armstrong. That's Shari Armstrong. We're gonna write them like on a board or something like that.
I like that.
That's
for
what we
us.
should do. Write it on the board, and then that's what you end with.
I'm with it. Actually, I think that's a great idea.
I'm just saying, like,
We should allow
maybe
youth-
like motivation for the day. Don't let me do it.
Yeah, KK.
I'm the crime in court person. You don't want me to do it.
Yeah, I just have to say one more thing
That's
before
why I say
we
make
wrap
good
up.
choices.
When Caitlin said, when we were talking about the dog story, and I said, I just opened the door and gave that woman a look, but I didn't say anything. The difference between Shari Armstrong and Caitlin Knapp,
I'm like
and
Sean.
she even said it. She was like, Sean, she would have said it. That's KK. What would you have said to the neighbor?
Please don't leave the dog.
She's
poop.
lying. All right. So on this note, thank you for watching Off Script. I cannot believe you're on here lying. Thank you for watching Off Script. We're so grateful that you were here. Our senior reporter, Caitlin Knapp, who holds it down
you.
in so many ways, including mentoring our reporters. We appreciate you taking the time to be here today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Love
Yes.
seeing everyone, talking to everyone.
Yes.
Talking to
and
you.
Thank you, girl.
Oh my gosh.
We'll be back tomorrow. I don't know who we'll have. I think do we have any guests?
Amy's back. I don't know about guests.
Amy's tomorrow's Wednesday.
Amy's back.
Amy's back. Back again. So Neha is shaking her head, so I should stop. She's like, I'm going to mute your mic. Off Script Podcast Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And shout out, you're right, to all the people who watch on the replay. We appreciate you guys so much. And we'll see you back here again tomorrow.